Hello and welcome to another Upmost tutorial. I am Hassan Shahid and today I'll be walking you through how to make better forms with React Hook forms. For those of you who prefer written guides, we have a dedicated article which will be linked in the description below. Please check it out. We have previously had an article which basically described how you can write your custom hooks and make your own custom forms to handle your own validations. But why do all of that boilerplate code when there's a very good library that can help you do that? So we are going to use React Hook forms in this tutorial, and I'm just going to walk you through how it can do all of the juicy stuff for you, and you don't have to write much of the code. So let's start. Alright, now we are going to start with the coding. I have already installed React Hook Forms, but you can go ahead and install it as well. You can do npm I React Hook Form. So over here I'm going to use the form, and I say use form, auto import it for me, and out of this I'm going to destructure register and submit and watch with form state. Form state is basically all of your fields in the form, and for every form field we are going to have errors, so we are going to manage them as well. I mean, not us, but React Hook form for us. We are just going to access them. After this, let's have on submit function, which is basically going to handle our submission data. After this, let's start with the form. So I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of this div, and I'll start with form. One clean form, and on submit, I will say. So basically, I'm going to wrap my custom. This is my custom on submit. I'm going to wrap this with the handle submit of React Hook forms. Alright, so I'll put up handle submit and wrap it with wrap my on submit with it. Okay, after this we are going to put our input fields, and we are going to have, let's say this one is going to be email, and then we can have we can just use this one again. Let's say phone number, enter email, enter phone number, enter name, and last but not the least, enter password. Okay, let's stick with this. Alright, we have made our input, but we are yet to connect our custom inputs, or let's say our inputs, to the React Hook form. So we are going to inject React Hook forms in it. To do that, we are going to use the register function that is provided by React Hook forms. We'll spread it, and we'll say we are registering our input to it, and we'll say the field name we want to give it to the React Hook form. So let's say I want to maintain the state as email, and I'm going to access it as email. Similarly, we are going to do this with all of the inputs. So let's call this one phone number, and let's call this one name, and this one password. Alright, once you are done with that, let's give it a type of password, because we don't want anybody seeing our password. There you go. Alright, once you do that, we are going to give our errors to all of the inputs. So let's say we are going to say if errors exist, we are going to check, we are going to do conditional rendering, and going to check if errors dot so for this one we are checking email, right? So we are going to say if there's a password in the email, then display this. All right. Similarly with we are going to display the sorry, my bad. We are going to say, yeah, then we are going to say that I want to display the errors.email.message. right, and there you go. Similarly, we are going to do this with all of our inputs, and of course we are going to change the error object once we get done with this. So this one will be called phone number, and this one will be called name, yeah, and we'll call this one password. So there's just one more thing that React Hook Forms provide, is to give your own rules. And by rules I mean, let's say if you want to keep your password as a required field, what you can do is you can go over here and say that you want this field to be required. All right, and let's say I want my name, or let's just do the validation with the password, and let's say you want the minimum length of your password to be let's say 8. all right, if it's less than 8, then it's going to give you an error. All right, I think we have done pretty much all of it. Just one more thing to console our data, that what we are getting, or let's say we can just alert our data, and we can say just display it in this manner. all right, I think we are good to go, and let's run our application. Okay, so now we are running our application, and what we can do is we can test it and say that my email is email@gmail.com. such a cool email, I know, right? My phone number is very legitimate, and my name is legit. The password, let's try with the password. So if I don't enter my password, then it's going to give me an error that password is required, and I am now going to give it a password, and there you go. You have your data in the alert box, and in this manner you have used React Hook Forms to make snappable React Forms in just a matter of minutes. So it saves you a lot of time, and saves you the boilerplate code. Here's to React Hook Forms. They're doing great. So in this video we have covered React Hook Forms and how to use them, how to register your inputs to React Hook Forms. We also did some little validation, so that we can see that what other things that React Hook Forms offers. I hope this has been useful, and please let me know any questions or suggestions at the comment section below. Take care and goodbye.